welcome to Youngest League the One YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe button down below and turn on the bell icon. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section.
So that suggests that the reason for why you've been tirelessly on the ground is because you've seen that things are not okay for you come 2026, and so you want to ensure that you try again and convince the people, because so many people feel that you've done nothing the 4 years that you've been in government. We are experiencing in the West load shedding in living memory. We're experiencing the West high cost of living in living memory. The currency, the kwacha, has depreciated to unprecedented levels. Millimil now, Chairman, so in other chain stores is 420 kwacha. When in 2021, when Millimil was at 150, you told us that this is unacceptable. Don't you think what you're doing, or what you've subjected the people of Zambia to today under the UPND, is what is unacceptable?
Let me tell you one thing. It comes with challenges. First of all, we have admitted, we have never said no at the cost of living. We have never said come on the platform together with Prendaka. And have we ever told him to say that things are okay? 2 days ago, one day, he was saying the cost of living is not okay. Okay? He was admitting. But the question is he working on this cost of living? The answer is yes, he's committed. First of all, for us to have a cheaper meal, ni kwenda pa doti, ni kwenda kulima. So 2023 to 2024, government responded very well by giving imports to the people across the country. But Mwasoka, Chilala, drought came and hammered us. The people of Zambia responded to the call from the Prendaka Chima to say, Ali yensa kaiko na munda. And I want to tell you that the people of Zambia responded very well. There's a language we normally use, even the slave queen went kwenda kulima. Okay? Because kulima, we left in the small hands of individuals. Kulima was not part of every individual in this country. It was just few individuals. But when Dakahenda said, no, simunga say kulima chibuli wantu wabili batatu. Collectively, all of us, for us to have a cheaper meal, cheaper food, the cost of living to come cheaper, tende pado, tende tilime. So when you have different commodities of food on the ground, even things will become cheaper on their own. The people 2024 responded. But Kasoka, drought in Abuela, the worst drought we ever had, even in my history of me, I think that was the worst. Okay, but despite that, did we hear anybody dying with hunger? The answer is no. Is there any shortage of minimum in this country? The answer is no. Okay? The answer is no, there's no. Because what Akainde did was to provide this maize to all shades across the country. And food for work, cash for work started. And the people were participating. And they go and buy the bag of maize. So government tried by all means, first of all, instead of giving you a bag of maize on free, government said no, kwamene munkala ukapena bridge siri bwino endani mwisebenza lepo. Bati muzafula 330, ukafola ka 300 ka 600 kwa chakako, inda ugole chani maize. In the Saka ya milis. And this was happening across the country. No one has died with hunger. But if you go back 2019, you know that people died with hunger. You hear them on TV showing people from Chisengo, people dying with hunger. In this regime of UPND, despite the worst drought we have ever had, no one has to, because Prendaka is concerned. He doesn't want to see his people die with hunger. On top of that, he increased some money to do cash for work, everything. Money for the elderly, money for widows, everything. He increased that money. Oh, Tengani, Ndramas, so they can sustain their lives. Akainde responded to that. Okay? 2024 to 2025. Again, people responded. Government also responded in terms of inputs. Sinakabe kuti muntu aliyense panyumba na paswa fertilizer. But I can say that across the country, a lot of people, those who went to the field, wanateko fertilizer, wanateko bonamboto, they responded very well. Na mvula na ya titaniza ya loka komoshi. I tell you that wantu wanalima. This year, Tizankala, when you talk to ZNS, wanalima. You talk about ZAF, wanalima. Army, wanalima. Everybody, muntu audience, ini ninalimako. So audience analima. to ensure that we do what? We contribute to the food basket of this country. So meaning we are not only depending on 2-3 individuals, but now it's about collective. That's what Pentakainde has been preaching, that don't certain chilimi. Even check kunyumba kumbuye kwa nyumba kwako, watusoma 2 bags of meals, 3 bags. It will go a long way. Now the issue is, how do we perfect it also that we see that every year, every polling station, tinakona ma farmers. On top of that, they brought a lot of loans to do with stuff in these areas. Irrigation is to prepare, because drought hammered us. Now, something we have learned. When we talk about road shedding, it's the same. Even if today you remove government of UPND, this issue is a real issue which needs to address as a nation. It has nothing to do with UPND. It's to do with the country called Zambia. Collective, all of us. We have been depending on hydro. Now, because of this drought now, minds have been opened, all of us, that let's invest into solar now. And this has been now a talk of the day. When you go to other countries, remember even South Africa, there were too much, just a bit, too much of genset and everything. Until now, all of them, they're working to solar, all of them. In Malawi, it was the same. But even us, we delayed. There were money during PF, Eurobond given to Preganko, Malawi. Money was chewed at the end of the day. But this government has said, now, okay, let's deal with this matter, collective, all of us. So the pain, we are going to have it as a nation. Because if we don't tell each other, we come here, because I'm a politician, to tell them, no, load shedding tikanda kubwera fedzasera. No. Yes, because they had drought. It has hammered us. Okay, let me say, if this drought can spend, it can go with us, even for 20 years, even for 5 years. So there should be an alternative at the end of the day. So Pentakainde now is not looking about because there was this drought. He's saying now, let's now inject money into this sector of energy now, so that we don't have problems in future. So let's deal with it. Who's supposed to deal with it? Is it Akainde alone? No. It is you and me, everyone. Collective, all of us, let's deal with the matter to do with what? Namalite. So that tomorrow we don't cry. It may take us 1 year, it may take us 2 years or 3 years. But government ya UPND na Pentakainde is committed. That's why the other area, he has to go to all the chiefdom, to person con land. We want to go irrigation. Okay, is to prepare also. If tomorrow there will be a drought, we should not only depend on the rains. Can we go irrigation, collective as a nation? Kulima, yeah, no, just so to kulima, kunkale part of our life. Because in a year we can do what? We can harvest 3 times. In Zambia we only harvest once.
You need to be held accountable, Chairman. Just 4 years ago, the PF were speaking the way you are speaking, justifying whatever wrong was going on in the country. You came on this platform and many other platforms and you told the Zambian people that those have failed to govern the country. Things have become expensive. When we come into office, we're going to change things. Are you agreeing, Chairman Lisoniso, that perhaps you overpromised, or perhaps you didn't understand how governance was when you're in opposition, when you promised all these things to the Zambian people? You made them look like they're simple things. In fact, President Hakainde Hichilema even did the formula Y minus X equals Z, and this is how the things are going to be sorted out. He gave us an example of how the fuel is going to be cheaper by removing middlemen. But today, Chairman Lisoniso, fuel is more than 30 kwacha. And so, what are you telling the Zambian people, this evening, Chairman Lisoniso? The people that you told these things are simple to be done when you come into office, you are only remaining with a year, because just next year in May, around this time, Parliament will be dissolved, and you're going to go back to the people and you're going to give an account of what you've done. So what are you telling the people tonight that you told that you're going to make things better?
Let me tell you, despite all these challenges which I've been facing, but government, there's still thing which has implemented. Okay? Despite all these things, and I've said the things to do with the economy, it is not an event, it's a process.
You didn't know that it was a process?
No, it's a process.
What did you make it look like?
No, the issue is it's a process. That's why one of the message, if you heard very well,
you said you're going to fix the economy.
We are fixing it.
Are you fixing the economy?
When we are fixing it, there should be also a bit of pain among ourselves. Okay? And I won't be lying here. I've said I won't come to this platform because I know the person who is leading us, that he means well, he wants to achieve his goals. But there are certain things which cannot do within 2 days or 3 days, even a year. Okay, but it has to create a process for these things to come better at the end of the day. Ili mwanga udwala chipute chengala chapya chikapya kuchitula nakaje kamene kawa maningi tikachoke akachoka neno amboenda musha because ukatamangira or to come and impress the Zambian people. No, chipute no nizapya apachapya apachitina, that's why it also setilia. But at the end of the day, the painkillers peti mwako pechitina. Which are painkillers? There's a free education there. Okay, for you and me it may mean nothing, but your relative, even you, once and me, we are benefiting from that indirectly, because our relatives, those were troubling us. No one is troubling you today. Maybe chabeni kancha be book na uniform, and you know that now those are the areas we need to now to perfect going for that, the free education, that even as we go forward now, what akaini is that even mwana pa school anglo kana uniform ya mahara. The other thing is it's a process. Despite of that, the CDF is going in these constituencies. Despite of this pain we are having, there is employment to the young people. Talk about soldiers, police, ZAF, ZNS, nurses, teachers, immigration, DEC. You are all seeing these things. At least a number of the young people from our families are coming out from the poverty, that at least they can find something to do with their families. This is what Akainde is doing. Even when today, apart from giving these jobs, those who are teaching at a private school, they go into government. They leave gaps also. Mujama private school, those who are seated again are being employed by private school. It's part of the process. You can see that people, at least at the end of the day, there's something given to them, despite the pain.
Oh my goodness.